Hello everybody, and welcome to a Let's Build. We're not doing unboxing today. I know it's Monday and usually we do unboxings Monday and then we do builds on Friday, but this week we are doing it a bit differently. So we're doing the build today. This Friday, it's either going to be an unboxing or something. It won't be a long stream because my younger brother is coming to town, I think, this Friday. And so it'll be a shortish stream. We'll see. It should be an unboxing stream, but I'll let you guys know. And so let's say hi to everyone first. Purple Crippled, Devness, Pretty Rick, PC Load Letter, P for Pho, KBD67, Red Hawk, Jeffrey C, Deadwing Dick. Is also here. Finally can join a Monday stream. Well, good to see you here. Snappy Dragon. Hello, hello. Okay, so the build today is a KBD67 with some lubed Sherry MX Reds, and they are SIP socketed, and I've clipped the 1.8mm LEDs and put them in the SIP sockets already, so that's kind of what was taking up time. So the stream started a bit later. And then we are putting it in a KBD67, which I will show you real quick. Alex, 15 months, thank you so much. 15 is top 5, I want to say. Thank you, I really appreciate it. Okay, so this is the KBD67 black. See, it's got the arrow key blocker over here, so that's nice. Brass weight. So if you want to see this in greater detail, then check out the unboxing VOD. It should be up on YouTube. It's actually the latest one up on YouTube, I think. I'm glad I've almost caught up with all the videos, all the VODs, because there was a month or so where I didn't have time to export and upload them, and so got all that out of the way, so that's nice. Okay, so KBD67, let's set this aside. We've got our PCB, which we tested doing the unboxing. We've got our aluminum plate. And let's get started with the stabilizer. So we've got genuine cherry PCB mount stabilizers. And we are going to do the Band-Aid mod. I'm going to start with that. And loop the stabilizers as well. So this is some fabric bandage tape, or whatever you want to call it. So I hope everyone's having a good week and at least had a nice weekend. Alright, so this is a pretty standard 65% layout. And let's see. Put this over here. And this board belongs to Crippled, who is in chat right now. So if you want to ask him about any of the build, you can just tag him in chat. Can the KBD67 fit a DZ68 PCB? I'm assuming you can. I don't know why you'd do that. Or is there a DZ68? I know there's a DZ60, there's a Tada 68. Is there a DZ68? I mean, the kit comes with a PCB though, so I don't know why you would try to change that. bandages. We need 3 2U stabilizers and 1 spacebar stabilizer. So let's say these bandages are about 1 centimeter. Half an inch or so. So that they go between the 2 stabilizer holes. Same layout as KBD68. The only thing different is the bottom row. And again, I don't know why you'd want to use that PCB. Because if you're asking if you can use if you can just move the plate and PCB over, then the answer is no. Because the KBD68 is tray mount. But PCB should be kind of standard because this also has the mounting holes. D68 has RGB and hot swap, so that's probably why. Oh. See, I just don't care about any of the hot swap PCBs, so that's why I don't keep up with that. But if it's hot swap, I'm assuming that means there's not a lot of layouts that are supported. It's probably just supports like 1 or 2 layouts, and that means the answer would be a no, because yes, the layout would be different. Let me look at it. Hold on. I wouldn't say hot swap's taking my job. I'll be fine. Why is it giving me a link to the DD60? What the hell? Almost none of the nice boards are gonna have hot swap, so it doesn't matter to me. This hot swap still has a lot of compromises. Let's go to DZ68 RGB. Hold on. Yep, it will not support it. You just have to look at the DZ6. You just have to look at the layout on the DZ68 and then look at the KBD67 case, and you can see that it won't be supported because the over here we've got the 3 keys, the 3 1U keys. The KBD67 has the blocker over here, and you're gonna be using 2 1.25, so no. So the answer is a simple no. Yeah, hot swap is nice to just have as a switch tester basically, but as a daily driver or something like that, yeah, probably not. Or as a nice endgame board, nah. Okay, so let's Oh, we haven't even done the spacer part yet. So, the 6.25U. That means just to go here. Only one spot for it to go. Abysmal is here. The top linear choices. Right now it's kind of tricky, honestly. I mean, vintage blacks are always good if you can find a good batch. They're still the best sounding ones. But we have to find now. And that's the BZ. Thank you for the follow. Other than that, you've got all your Gadrons. You can just pick between them, almost all of them, because they're all gonna be about the same. Slightly different sound profile. So I'm talking about, Gadron Inks, any of the Zeal linears. The only thing you have to worry about is if you really care a lot about getting a good switch, then you have to worry about the clicking problems and then the random scratchiness that comes with some of those switches. Do not buy the retool blacks. Do not get those, especially if you're planning on lubing your switches and stuff. Should I get the Kono Kira or custom 65%? I mean, it depends on what you want. They're very different boards, so I don't know why. The thing is, if you're just gonna get KBD fans to build the custom 65 size and pre-assembled, you might be better off getting the Kira. Might be. Maybe. Favorite stabilizers? I mean, always genuine cherry stabilizers. That's pretty much it. Got yellow stem and the York housing was good. I mean, is it that much better than putting in a Gadron housing though? Okay, so we've got the bandit mod done. We're gonna lube our stabilizers. Dielectric grease, as always. Is there anything dielectric grease can't save? Alright, we found that it even saves Alps builds, so that's impressive. So make sure to scrape off any excess grease on your stabilizer wires. So you only want to lube the wires. Don't put any of this lube on the plastic parts of the stabilizer. Right, pretty much every one of my builds, you can see the stabilizer lubing process. It's gonna be pretty much the same across all the builds. Lube the wire, the bend end, and the inside of the bend. Don't use this lube on the plastic parts because it is very, very gummy. Viscous, I believe is the word. Yeah, but you also don't want too much. You just want a nice, even coat. Kind of like making fried chicken, you just want to give a nice, even coat of batter. Not too much, not too little. Nice and uniform. See, so the one on the left, be an example of well lubed stabilizer wire. The one on the right is too much. See that? Then the left, nice and even coat on the bent end and on the inside bend. And over here you can see you've got excess just sticking out. So we're gonna want to clean that up. Oh wow, it's too dark. Sith Lord 0121, welcome to the stream. Zoob and stabs help. Oh, absolutely. They are the biggest difference you can do to your mechanical keyboard. The biggest difference. Absolutely. And you do it right. A lot of people think, just Zoop stabilize, got it. And then they fuck it up. So yes, do it this way and you'll be fine. You don't need all those other fancy mods as well. There's somewhere just they completely miss the point of what stabilizers do. As in, they don't get where the friction is coming from and where the rattle is coming from, and so they'll tell you to do all these weird ass mods. I found most of them are actually pretty hilarious. Completely missed the point of the stabilizer design. Alright, so we lube those parts. You will see that we were basically lubing anywhere that the metal is going to touch the plastic. So what you're trying to do is you are trying to use that thick digestion grease to fill in the gaps between the metal and the plastic parts. And this way, it'll prevent the metal from just slapping against the plastic freely, which is what gives you rattle. Daredevil is here too. How's it going? And Shachi. It's the best way to source vintage blacks right now. No one knows a good answer to that right now. There used to be at least one very reliable source, but he's retired from harvesting switches. So almost impossible to find now. Very, very difficult and quite a bit more expensive now too. NGB also made it. Hello, hello. Also, when is Father's Day? Is it the third Sunday or is it the second Sunday? I can never remember. It's the second Sunday, right? Or am I mixing it up? Because I know Mother's Day is on either the second or third, and then Father's Day is on the other. I can never remember. Did you get the Sprit Springs? Did they arrive already? Because I checked the tracking just last night and I'm checking it right now. It still says ready for dispatch. So it's over here, at least from what I'm seeing, it still hasn't left Korea. Wait, June 16th would be the third Sunday though. Yeah, Shuchi, and I checked the USPS as well, so I checked both. Because it's supposed to pass over to USPS when it arrives here. But USPS just says it's not trackable. So I'm assuming it just hasn't left yet. Or something. Yeah, isn't June 16th the third Sunday? Yes. Because, you know, some basic math, 16 minus 4, it's bigger than 14. So that means it'll be the third Sunday. Okay, so Mother's Day is on the second Sunday of May, and then Father's Day is on the third Sunday of June. Okay. And this is why Red Hot works in IT and not in data analytics or something. Why do math when you can just Google the answer? B-Logs is also here. Welcome, welcome. And I will show how to clip the stabilizer as well. I'll get there. I was supposed to start with that and I kind of got sidetracked. B-Lock, was it you that the split order took more than a month to get to you? Or who was it? I just remember somebody was talking about that. Again, scrape off all the excess grease on the lube. On the stabilizer. On the lube. You don't put grease on lube. 2.5 months. Okay, so it was you. Got a new run of KBD springs today, but I have no switches to put them in. Yeah, I wonder if they are fixed now, because didn't the first round had quite a bit of issues? Stabilizer modding. First of all, clip your stabilizers. So this is your genuine cherry stabilizer. You take the insert out. The underside should look like this. You can see it's got 4 feet. 2 of them are fanged. You've got this tooth at the end of them. So you want to clip those off. Clip, not cut. Usually with a pair of scissors, it won't allow you to cut it flush. Usually. So you want to cut it flush, get rid of everything for those two. See, so now you're left with just these 2 feet. Alright, so do that for all of them. I'm going to do it for another one. Again, fanged feet, come off. Get rid of them. Okay, and then Put the inserts back. And then you want to lube stabilizer wire. Dielectric grease is all you need. You don't need to buy the... Man, do I still have the other thing? Did I throw it away already? You don't need to get the Extreme Fluoro, the yellow and red tube. Because that one does literally nothing except leave white crumbly bits all over your stabilizers. So completely unnecessary. I used to use that, but that was a long time ago. That's over a year ago. Just does nothing. So just give a nice even coat, not too much. You just want to cover the wire, but not overdo it. See, so on the bent end and on the inside of the bend, this section over here, this part over here. Then stick it in. Make sure to stick in the right hole. Make sure your stabilizer can actually go up and down. Because if you stick in the wrong hole, or if you have installed your insert incorrectly, your stabilizer won't be able to go up and down normally. Revel is here. Hey, how's it going? What was the question regarding? Oh yeah, if it fits in the KBD67. Yeah, and the answer is no, because the KBD67 has a arrow key blocker, and the DD68 RGB only supports one layout, and that layout will not work with the... Hey, Striker, 17 months. He's just got a one-up Alex, who resubbed for 15 earlier. Well, welcome, Striker. Always nice to hear from a fellow Malaysian. And a fellow Liverpool fan. 6 times champion now of Europe. Feels good, man. Feels very good. Yeah, it wasn't the best game to watch, but hey, at the end of the day, winning is what matters. Alright, doesn't matter how you do it, still smash though. Still smash. Yep, number 1 is God, I believe, at 18. And Harry Brother is close too. I think he's top 3 as well. Only 5th longest. It's okay. It's not the length that matters to me, my friend. It's how thick your heart is. Yes. It is the girth of our friendship that matters, not the length. Got the loop stabilizers, put them back in. Oops. Yes, Daredevil. You know me so well. You are the girthiest of friends that I have. Speaking of, we gotta go hit up the Indian place, dude. South Indian restaurant that I keep going to. Also, I think I found the best place to have a mini meetup. So instead of just having it at my place, because there might not be enough desk space. So if the mini meetup is like, you know, a dozen people, you know, probably not a good idea to have it where I am. Because I only have one. Well, I have 3 desks, but still. Probably not enough room to move around. But Market Street, where I get my teas, will be a great place because of the deli area. And if you go at the right times, just like more than half the time, it's pretty much empty. And they've got a ton of tables. So yeah, that's probably actually the best place to do it. All the boba craze right now. Isn't it insane that the boba craze has made a resurgence? Because it was crazy when I was in high school. So about almost a decade ago, right? Like 9 years ago. 8, 9 years ago. And then it kind of stopped. It died down a bit. A lot of boba places back home in Malaysia, actually, in Penang at least, actually closed. Because they expanded too quickly. And then now it's back. Now it's the thing again. I think the reason it's made a resurgence is because at first it was crazy in Asia for a while. Like, you know, it already was a thing. It wasn't completely new. Then it became popular for a bit. And then it kind of faded away. And then that hype transferred over to the Western market. And so you see people, you know, people have influenced some celebrities and things like that. They start drinking boba here in the West, and then it starts becoming a thing among Americans and, you know, and all that. And then Asia's like, oh my god, the white people are doing it, so it's cool again. And then we start doing it again. And then so now back in Malaysia, you see all these boba places come up again. Like, it's funny how it happens. Senef, hey, how's it going? Now it's all the brown sugar. Dude, brown sugar boba is the true. It's boba in its truest form, though. It's so good. Brown sugar milk tea. Oh man, oh man, so good. All right. So we've got the stabilizers. Now we have to test them. So first of all, you know, make sure they all go up and down fine. They don't get stuck. Because if you don't install them correctly, then you don't do this part correctly, it's going to be painful to replace them. Because you'll have to desolder everything to replace the stabilizers and to fix them. So let's test them. Oh, the nice thing is, I don't have to do a lot of switch alignment because it only supports... See, the bottom row is almost completely fixed. So I really need to do it for these 3 and these 2, so 5 keys. That's nice. That's very nice. I used to room with a nasty dude, Anthony. Well, I am Anthony. And who you calling nasty dude? Oh, was that supposed to be a comma in there? But no, I have moved out. I moved out almost a year ago now, actually. It's been 11 months, I want to say. Over, almost 11 months. Yeah, so I live alone now. Grossa, welcome. Good to see you here. Another fellow Texan. PC supports 1.5, 111. No, not oh, it supports it. The PCB does a lot. The PCB, what you can do is you could do, so if you want to do a 7U for this layout, but the plate doesn't support it. At least as far as I can tell. Yeah, the plate doesn't support it. But so it'll be something like the TGI 910 CE, where it would be, or the 910, it'll be 1.5, 1, 1.5, 7, and then 1.5. But this plate doesn't support it. The PCB seems to support the other layouts though, so you can see the 1.5, this the 7U support here. Wait, does it? Actually, this doesn't support the traditional 1. I don't think it does, actually. Because if you want to do the TGI 910 sort of bottom row, I believe the... Oh shit, what happened to mine? Yeah, I don't think... Yep. It'll be 1.5, 1.57. Yeah, that is super weird. Yeah, but the plate definitely doesn't support it. But yeah, the PCB, 1.5, 1.57. And that'll be kind of weird. Yeah, that is kind of weird because the whole point of having the blocker is so that you can do 1.51, 1.57, and then 1.5. Instead, it lets you do the 75% or the standard 65% where, you know, without the blocker, it has to be 1.5, 1.5, and then 7, and then 1.5, 1.5. So this is just kind of weird. But again, the plate doesn't support it, so it honestly doesn't matter. We have a PCB for KBD67. Yeah, see, so if you look at the PCB again, it doesn't support the 7U in the correct place, but the KBD65, does it have a blocker over here? From which store are you guys purchasing your boba from? I mean, it really depends on what places are close to you, right? For me, I mostly get them from Meat Fresh and Sweet Hut. So they're both chains. Sweet Hut is a chain that I think originated from Atlanta or some shit like that. And then Meat Fresh is a chain from Taiwan. No blocker. No blocker, that means this should... so if it's no blocker, then yeah, 1.5, 1.57. And then it'll be 1.5, 1.5. And this should work with that. Because it looks like it's the standard 65% type layout on this PCB. Instead of the one the layout with a blocker. Super weird. Whoops. So Striker, did you watch the Champions League final just at home, or did you go somewhere to watch it? Man, this is nice to see that the plate doesn't support a lot of layouts. That is always nice. The bottom row LEDs are correct. Okay, see, so this one is not correct. So this one I have the LED in reverse. And then this one's correct. This one. This one's also correct. Okay, so we are gonna test our stabilizers first. Then we will start soldering. I'm just putting in switches to distribute the force or the tension evenly. No. Did a full 12-hour workday before that. Oh no, that sounds terrible. Yeah, my brother went to watch it at this place where they had an outdoor screening for it. And he was telling me, man, you should have joined us, man. It was so fun. You know, you really should come. And then it was funny because... So the next day I saw him. So, you know, the day off he was telling me that I should have joined him. You know, it was amazing, blah, blah, blah. You know, they got to watch it outside on a big screen. It's great. Super fun. There are a lot of people there. And the next day he was like, oh man. So I went to see him and he was just dark all over. And he was complaining about his skin burning and itching because he got a sunburn because of that. So he didn't wear sunscreen because, we're not used to getting sunburns because it just doesn't happen very much for us Asians. And so he didn't wear sunscreen or sunblock, and he was like, yeah, actually it's good that you didn't join us, because the day before it wasn't hurting yet, but the day after it started to bite, and he was like, oh yeah, that was not a great idea, because I wouldn't have worn sunblock if I went, I'd be like, I'll be fine. Does DC68 only come in that standard 65% layout? Yes, Revel, that is correct. Because it's hot swappable, that is the main reason. Because you can't do too many, because otherwise it won't fit the switches tightly, because you will have extra holes everywhere. And you need the plate to support basically one layout. Because there's no solder holding the thing in. All these Zillios, Xylons, Sakurios, Vidblack, stupid shit. Dude, it is hard to keep up, man. You turn away for 1 second and then you get all these new switches coming in that are literally just recolors. I wouldn't say literally, but you know what I mean. Okay, no stabilizer rattle, so that's nice. And let's test the others. No, you gotta be kidding me. It lifted all these other switches up. No! Green Savage, hey, how's it going? What is a Helio? Yeah, Revel, I completely get you, man. I'm not even out of it, and I still am, have trouble keeping up. So all this new shit. Got everyone speaking like Nat Flanders. Alright. Now turn on the soldering iron. Look, 90 Faye, round 2 switches and only 35 of them were good this weekend. I have shit luck with linears. Oh no, that sounds really bad. Only 35? So, Ugrosa, did you have problems with scratchiness, with clicking? Was that the problem, because that's a pretty bad rate. But I've never I've never worked with the phase switches, so unfortunately I don't have a reference point for you. Red Hawk says Sakuras are the same shade but pink. I think no, it's different, dude. It's a specific shade of pink, okay? And Sakuras are different from the Rosilios. They're not just pink, dude. Clicking and scratchy. Oh yeah, that is. Gross. I'm sorry to hear that, but yeah, I mean, that's why it's funny whenever it's just funny whenever I hear people talk about, oh, my batch is perfect. I'm like, no. You just have low standards. That's it. Don't. Oh yeah, I have no problems with clicking switches. No problems at all. Nothing. You just can't tell, man. Good for you. I'm not gonna teach you how to detect those problems because, you know what? You should stay happy. So we have to solder in the SIP sockets later too, and I have to clip the SIP sockets. So stream won't be too short, I think. It'll be a while. Okay, so let's solder in the corners and the center first. Just see. Standard procedure. You don't want to just solder side to side, top to bottom. This helps you straighten out the plate. It's kind of like when you're replacing your wheel. You don't want to just solder clockwise. You want to go at it with in a star pattern. So kind of similar logic here. Because if you can get the corners, the middle, and you can get them nice and straight, then the rest should go in, nice and easy. So and you want to make sure that all these switches are going in flush. So this one isn't completely flush. I'm just heating up the solder, pushing it into the plate a bit more. Because what you want is you want the front corner bumps of the switch. So as you can see, you can see there's a little bump on the front. See that? You want those two bumps to be touching the PCB. That's what the bumps are designed for. To help you align the switch with the PCB. So these clicky switches are so loud, I'll never notice any issues. That's why box whites, dude. I know you're using box jades, but box whites are still better. I have box whites for the Xeno, pinks for the SKB, just waiting for the stem shaver to come in. Oh yes, I'm waiting for that too. I have a friend here, Purple, actually, who was in chat. Is getting the stem, is it the cruciform or some shit like that? I don't know. If it works well, maybe I'll pick one up too. Maybe. Again, make sure all the switches are flush against the plate and the PCB, not just one or the other. Broke down, ordered a cruciform last week. Well, good for you, PC Load Letter. Are you gonna get the box Noble Yellows or box Whites? Tell you, man, once you get on the box clicks, you can't go back. There's just no going back. Okay, so this is an example of a switch that isn't flush with the PCB. You can see it's flush with the plate, right? It's sitting tightly on the plate, but you can see the front. You can see that bump is floating off the PCB. You see that compared to this one back here. I see this one's touching. The little bump is touching. And this one isn't. So what we do is you want to heat up the. See, I only soldered in one side. So heat it up and then push the plate switch in. Visioner, thank you so much. 17 months. Thank you. Is this also top? Is Visionary also top 5 now? I believe he was. Always has been. But Visionary, thank you so much. Always good to see you here. Visionary was one of the first people I know who joined us in Twitch chat and in the Discord. He gave me his early support, even though I didn't change my board to a win keyless layout for him. Only some of you might get the reference. Might try the box pinks. The box pinks are a bit heavier though. Right? So the box noble yellow is apparently the pinks but with the box white spring. Because if you use jades, then the box navy, not navy, the box noble yellow should be better for you than the pinks. Right? Maybe you want something heavier. Did you get the jig too? Ugrosa, I did not. And then my friend also did not at first, but I think he's gonna get it. I don't know. I don't know if you ever changed his order to get it. He didn't realize that the jig was separate. Did you get it? And yeah, so many colors and none of them make sense. I like the pale blue over the whites. But then why did you like the jades over the navies though? See, like pale blue over whites, I'm like, yeah, whites are better just because it's lighter. But then navies and jades, I'm just like, navies is just so much better than, you know, I'm just... My life, I need all the help I can get. Man, I'm so sorry, man, about the switches not working out. Or at least only some of them worked out. Okay, so we're putting in more switches, and then we're gonna solder these. These are what I like to call the anchor switches. And so you got the corners, you got the middle, and then just gonna go around. Now once we've laid down a good foundation, then we can just solder the rest in like normal. Because then the plate and the PCB will be parallel. And then you can just go at it without a worry. What color LEDs are these? So these are... Actually, I believe these are kind of like sky blue. We'll show you in a bit. But at least from when I tested it, it looked like a light blue. So Crippled also included some cyan LEDs, but those are the 5mm. It's like the big, thick, rounded... It's almost like a penis head, like a bell end type LED. So those won't work because this is south facing. And with chair profile keycaps, it's not gonna work. Purple says ordered a jig. Oh, nice. So when is it gonna arrive? I don't even know. Grossa said, did you see novel keys? It's teasing 65%, only $140. $140 or 140 units? I'm assuming $140. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice price. I believe the design was quite simple as well. I don't really bottom out, so the bottom out weight doesn't bother me that much. He's a little too much work to actuate navies for me. Oh yeah, that thick click. It's thick, but you need more force to get it going. You gotta two-hand that shit. You need more force, right? That's what I mean. Well, at least the plate did arrive pretty straight, so all the switches are going in nicely. That's always great to see. Especially after we worked on the Singer... Was it... Not last Friday, but the Friday before that. That was rough. Trying to get the plate to cooperate. Yeah, see, so for these foundation switches or the anchor switches, I'm being careful. I'm only soldering in one pin at a time. This way I can check, see if the switches are lined up nicely before I finalize them. See, like this one's floating just a little bit. I'm gonna heat up that one pin. And we're good. Okay. I just switch here. So again, just be careful, be patient. You don't have to rush it. Getting it done right the first time is way better than having to fix it later on. Good going, Red Hawk. I said you use Google instead of math because you couldn't count for shit, but apparently you had trouble Googling too. But yes, box navies do take a lot to actuate. It's painful for me to type on. Also, Red Hawk, since you're here, remember the shoe that I mentioned that Devness and I got? So this is okay, it doesn't look as teal on camera, but I swear to God, it has a little bit of a teal tinge to it. But yeah, pretty nice. Check that out. Yeah, it is a deep blue. It is pretty nice. Here's Penumbra compared to blues. Yeah, I hate that I now own 3 blue pairs of shoes. I've never been much of a blue person, right? I've always been more of a... I've always leaned towards the warm side of colors, you know, autumn colors. Orange. Brown. Those have always been my type of colors. But yeah, now I own 3 pairs of blue shoes. I don't know why. I don't know how it happened. It just crept up on me. Asters 2.0 Ultra Boost. Oh yeah, that one is nice. I saw it in person last weekend, I want to say. So not the past weekend, but the weekend before that. Yeah, with that orange. Pretty nice. It's a blue, orange, and black, right? Sperry boat shoes. I'm a basic bitch. Yeah, and you also support the most well-known baseball team in the world, the Yankees. basic bitch. And a bandwagoner. Just kidding. You're actually from New York, so that doesn't apply to you. I need to get some new steel wool is what I need. Actually, I could just use this. It doesn't pop on me. So I could just use this. Devness could have matched his CS66 keycaps, watch, and shoes, but he sold the CS66 and Nautilus. Dude, I know, man. The CS66 looks pretty nice too. The brass and navy blue. Hey, but you're selling your CS66 too. So don't be one to talk. So you got a new soldering iron. Oh no, this is the same one. I did. Someone did donate a light new Hako FX888D. I haven't swapped over to it yet. I should do it soon. But yeah, the brass wool I've replaced it a lot now. I just have to replace this one. It's been a while since I last replaced it. Funsployer, hello. Okay, so that's not soldering the stabilizers yet. Or at least the key, the stabilized keys, not the stabilizers. You don't solder in stabilizers. That would be a nightmare, wouldn't it? Imagine if all your stabilizers also needed soldering. Solder is overrated. It's all about the flux. Yeah, I mean, that's why you get good solder if you don't want to fuck around with the flux. Nice rosin core solder. Won't even need to mess around with flux too much. But yes, soldering irons, I would say, are you're better off spending money on good solder, or getting soldering lessons and learning how to use flux properly. Yes, exactly. I know PC loader. That's why I said if you get nice resin core solder, you won't need to mess around with flux. Because I actually have flux at first, although I got it mainly for desoldering and stuff. And then it's good for if you have to use a soldering iron for um, really tight pins or densely packed pins for like controllers and stuff. You do the sweep method and stuff. Give me some high lead, low temp solder, and I can do anything. Yes, anything, literally anything. Oh, oh. This is fine. Okay, so this one of the LED pins completely missed the SIP socket, so I'm trying to realign it. So if you're using SIP sockets, definitely install the LEDs first. This way it straightens the SIP sockets. Cause I've seen I've had to repair and rebuild quite a few boards with SIP sockets or desolder them. And you can see that the person just soldered in SIP sockets without straightening them. It's obvious they didn't use LEDs when they were soldering the SIP sockets, and then the SIP sockets are just crazy and just everywhere. Zeal solders of gold. Oh yes, of course it does. Says, you mean how I went from owning one pair of sneakers to like 8? Dude, have you been wearing the Ultra Boost mids much? Those are nice, right? The material on them? Oh man, that knit is so good. Especially when you run your fingers across the toe box. Oh man, it feels so nice. So hopefully we have enough switches and LEDs. I think there are only 70 LEDs. So we gotta hope they all work. Because I know we have 2 more switches and LEDs. So these I'm not gonna solder yet. These I'm gonna wait till later. Where I'm gonna use keycaps to straighten to help us align the switches, so we can solder them in nice and straight. Why won't this go in? There we go. Maybe I should swap over to the thicker solder wire. That might speed things up a bit. Oops. I did not mean to solder that one. Yeah, let's use the thick boy. Man, this is much faster. The 1.5 millimeter solder. Okay, was that most of everything? Yes. So now, so to put some keycaps on to do switch alignment, and then we can test the board and then solder the SIP sockets. Okay, so this LEDs. How thick is the thicker one? Piece of letter, so this is 1.5 millimeters, I believe. Yes. So here's a close-up of the specs. So yeah, so this is 1.5 millimeter, and then the regular one is 0.8. And Revel, my daily driver is actually still the Android KBD75 back there. I can't. But yeah, so back there with box whites. That's still the daily driver. And then this one is when I need a quieter keyboard, so when I'm on Discord voice or something. The thick stuff at home is 2.5 millimeters. I used to use it to make battery packs for RC airplane projects. 2.5, man, that's some big boy solder right there. So wait, do you use that to solder your keyboards too, or no? That would take some skill. You have to stick it through a pencil sharpener first before you can solder. Cutting it real close with the LEDs and with the switches. So we have 3 extra switches, 1 extra LED. That is pretty insane. Seen solder size for stained glass panels? No, I have not actually. Although usually when I look up solder troubleshooting stuff, it's almost all about stained glass shit. Okay, so switch alignment. Need keys around the caps lock. See, so the reason why we need to do switch alignment here is, okay, check this out. So, wherever the switch is not held by all 4 sides of the plate, you run the risk of soldering them in crooked. See, so, with this key, see how much movement there is? So, put a key on here, especially on a larger key. See, so if I just solder it in and then I put a keycap on, you can see just how terrible this looks. Look at how crooked this looks. So these switches you don't really have to worry as much because, you know, they're going to be held on all 4 sides. But these, yes, there's just so much movement. This one as well. So we want to use keycaps. So what we do is we put the keycaps on, and then you're gonna put keycaps around where the key is too. It's autofocus, damn it. Whoops! What have I done? I just accidentally took a picture. Use 0.8 or 0.5. Yeah, 0.5 is too skinny for my liking. Oh boy, that is an anaconda right there. Okay, so we've got this key here. We need these as well. The shift also needs straightening. Put a couple here. then we're gonna need some for here too. So oh, this switch feels really weird. I'm gonna replace this switch. Okay, and then we need these. Wait. Where did my arrow keys go? Just realized I lost some of my number keys. Oh, I know where they are. Yeah, they're on another board right now. Okay, and then numpad keys for this. And so for switch alignment, unfortunately, you have to use straight keycaps. So that means if you are using XDA, DSA, Signature Plastics, SA, those keys are not going to help you do this because those keys are crooked. So basically, you're making more problems than you're solving. Okay, see, so got most of everything here, and then we have these folded post-it notes. So let's zoom in on this. Okay, so to solder this key again, we could have soldered in like so or like so. It would have been crooked. So put the keys around them, and then we do this. Because these keys are already straight, because the plate is holding them nice and straight. And so we're using the already straight keys to straighten this one. Okay, so now this one is straight. Let's move on to this one. So see, these three in the bottom are straight. Already soldered those. But usually with most plates, those three are not going to be straight, so you're going to have to do switch alignment for that too. But for this plate, those three have a nice tight cutout for them. I'm going to worry about that. Then, so now the left side is done. Let's move on to this side. Let's start with backspace. Do the pipe key. And then so now we need to straighten the inner key, so we're going to move the post-it notes down. This key's already straight. I don't know why I put these in. These are all straight. Yeah. Oh well. More work for me, I guess. Oops. Okay, so just the inner key. This is the last key that we're soldering. Alright, I believe that's it for the keys, so let's take these keycaps off. But we're not close to done yet, by the way, because we still have to solder the SIP sockets, and then we have to clip the SIP sockets. Okay. So now, I'm not gonna turn off the soldering iron yet because we still need it for the LEDs. Just gonna test out the switches first though. Right. So let's go to hopefully. Wow, so is this key actually working or what? I'm so confused. The escape key is kind of suspect. See how it doesn't turn lavender or blue or whatever color it is, but you can see that over here it is registering a key press every time. Okay, so it actually isn't working right. I'm gonna turn on my desoldering iron. See, so if these are lubed, and I'm hoping we don't have more problem switches because we only have 3 extras. See, so when I push it down slowly, literally nothing happens. See, and then if I push it down fast, then it works. If I go down real slow, this switch doesn't actuate. That's not good. Okay, so escape key needs replacement. I believe this is the function key. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to replace this one key. This is why I didn't solder the extra speedy switch. I'm not going to solder the LEDs yet because if I had done that, then I would have had to desolder the LEDs just to replace switches that don't work. That would have sucked. So, replace this one switch. Let's see if this one works better. Let's hope it works now. This is super weird. Is it programmed differently or something? Why is it doing this? It's literally only the escape key that does this. Is it programmed to be something different? See? And I swapped the switch, right? So why are these two? No, now I'm wondering if it's a switch or if it's something to do with the PCB. I mean, when I was testing, you couldn't detect this sort of problem. Because when you're testing, it literally just either lights up or doesn't light up. Okay, now let's try another two switches. See, so if I go slow, nothing shows up. See that? But if I press it a certain way, then it lights up. The thing is, I've never seen this problem with PCBs. It could be two switches back to back with the same problems. Could be. Or if someone wants to do some quick investigation, go look at the QMK, the default layout for the KBD67, see if it's anything funky with the escape key. But let's test these. Okay, please work fine now. See, same thing. This is so weird. See, now the board's completely... What is going on? See, so my board works like normal. This one, so when it goes slow, it doesn't do anything. Like, it shows that a key is being read sometimes. Then it doesn't. Then it does. Yeah, and again, this is something that can't be detected when you're just testing a PCB with just tweezers. There's a third switch now. Wonder what it is. I've never seen this problem before. See, none of the other switches have this problem. It's just the escape. Oh, it could actually be the PCB because even when I'm using tweezers, it's giving me a similar thing where it only actuates, it only registers as escape sometimes. See, I'm basically touching it now and there's still nothing. No, I've not soldered the LEDs yet. And there are no screw-in stabilizers as well, so that's another thing that's not a problem. I don't know what it could be. I've never seen this problem before. What I'm doing is I'm just gonna reflow the solder on the diodes. Because none of the other keys are affected, only escape. See, I'm touching it with the tweezer, basically rubbing it, and there's still nothing. Oops. So it only triggers sometimes? I try all the keys. So all the other keys work just fine. So the function key. Literally just one key that's a bit funky. Eamesbird, hey, how's it going? Don't worry. This vote might not even be completed today because we're running into issues with the PCB. So I tested this on stream. I tested this earlier, and again, of course, usually with tweezers, it's an on-off thing. You know, oh, it turns on, it's working. Or it doesn't turn on, it's not working. So let me go to. So this is the KBD67. Is this Rev 2 or what is this? Does it say on the PCB what it is? Nope. Manufactured after. CLD SKT, hey, how's it going? Okay, load default. So there's nothing weird with it too. See, so it's just a regular escape key, that's it. See, another great thing about this board is how long it takes it to register after plugging it in. Usually, you know, when you plug your keyboard in, you hear that sound and it works immediately. This one, you have to wait. So, could be related. See it again. Sometimes it triggers, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure now it's not the switch. It's just the PCB acting weird. And we've reflowed the solder on the diode as well. The weirdest part is it's sometimes half of the time it shows you that it's detecting a key press, but it's not registering as escape. See, you can see that it's showing you up and down in the log in the bottom. Why am I using my finger? And over here, okay, watch this. See how it will move down. See how, okay, it's not the escape key isn't turning blue or purple or whatever, but the log shows that something is being pressed. See, that is so strange. See that? The thing is, the log says it's escape though, but see that? It's really weird, yeah. So if you just brush it, see how it registers something, but it's not an escape for some reason. For some reason. Okay, so now it says chatter because I'm rubbing against it. Well, what do we do now? So I'm turning the soldering iron off because there's no way we're soldering the LEDs and we're finishing the board tonight. So yeah, and see the tricky part is, okay, watch this. See, so if I do it with almost any other keyboard, see how immediate it is when I plug it back in? Okay, so we are plugging this in. Oops. See? Alright. And then the lag is insane. That's not normal. So the LEDs turn on immediately and then it takes it forever. Yep, so 14/71. Hey, how's it going? Kind of keyboard the same firmware. Experienced this issue when I did it to it. The same keyboard does that on Windows. So another thing I could do is I could just reflash the thing. I doubt it'll really fix anything, but let me do it right now. This is the default. Taking a while. Try and plug in your other keyboard and see if it still does it. I have a strong suspicion that's not the problem, but worth a shot, I guess. So none of the boards are plugged in now. There were 2 boards plugged in before this. Now let's try the escape key. So we can replicate the problem. See, so we can still show. Oh, whoops! I'm not showing you the display. Wow, the board's not even. Hold on. Okay, see, so it's still. I can still. Whoa! Now it's acting real weird. So I can still enter, I can still make it show up in the log, but not as a key press. Some weird reason. But yeah, so at least the board didn't, there wasn't the lag that we had earlier. So that was, so those two aren't related, as in that weird lag we experienced along with this escape key thing. So thanks for that, Kosi Fanny Tootie. But so right now we're still trying to figure this part out. So at least we know those two things aren't related. But let's try this one. Okay, so can I still? I really hope they are actually related, but let me sit down for this. Nope. See, so I am. So yeah, I can still enter it in the log but not have it show up. Okay, see that? Pretty reliably actually. You can see the numbers are changing on screen. Yeah, I think Cozy Finitude was just trying to help us figure out that plugin lag thing. So he's right about that. Right now, this is the main problem. So at first I thought, oh, maybe those two are related, but they're not. So that was just like he says, the HID driver thing. So, but now we're trying to still figure out this part. So I believe the PCB is just fucked because yeah, we could show that. See, look at that. We can replicate it pretty reliably now actually. See, so the numbers will change, but the color doesn't change, which is not normal at all, because for other presses. See, so if you actuate it, you actuate it. The numbers change along with the color. But for this, we can have the numbers change, but the color does not change. See, look at that. Oh, press tweezer for longer. Oh, yeah. That doesn't solve anything because it's supposed to actuate right. And the thing is, it's not like I'm not pressing. Okay, so this is what I'm. Okay. Oh, I need one with the display like half and then the main camera half. So what I'm doing is I'm literally doing this, and even if I hold it down, it's not showing up. So I don't know how much you can see of me doing this because I know the window is really small. And then I need to click on this thing. See, so I am holding it down. I am not twitching it or anything like that. It's not showing up. I'm gonna push it further in. Push it further in. See? Nothing. I am holding it down. It is touching the thing. See, I'm still holding it. I can even drop the tweezers in here, which normally should, mean that a key is being pressed, right? Because gravity is... So this is what I'm doing. I'm just leaving the tweezers in here. So that means it's gotta be touching. It's gotta be shorting the two holes or the pads. But see, it's nothing. Okay, so let's get this quietly in to get it a certain way. Damn it, now I'm trying to show it doesn't do it. See, okay, so I'm touching it, slowly inserting it. See, so the tweezers are just resting here. And I'm leaning it too. So that means there's gotta be metal contact, right? And yeah, still not showing up. I'm twirling it. See, still nothing. Now we got something. Let's see, I just drop it in there again, nothing. Whereas for other PCBs, if you do something like that, okay, there's this, not this, that doesn't work. Okay, so for example, like this one. I just drop it. I wonder if this, okay, see. It'll just stay depressed, if you will. Depressed that the board doesn't work. See, so it's just gonna stay at the lavender color. When I do this, I just leave it in. It can't possibly be green because there's contact. We have not lifted the switch yet. Until we do it now. But yeah, it's probably this thing. Actually make it so that... See, and I can do it pretty reliably. So what I do is I just slide it in at an angle. Hold on. See, and there's nothing. It's just nothing. Yep, so that sucks. So I'm most likely gonna get a replacement PCB, hopefully. To figure that out. Oh, I need to turn my desoldering gun off. Yep, this is not normal. And I have not seen this problem before. Man, I'm gonna have to rebuild this thing. It's gonna be fun. Oh. At least we didn't solder the LEDs though. Can you imagine if I just gone ahead and just solder in all the SIP sockets, clip everything, and I'm like, oh, this is great, and then you find out, oops. No, the thing is, you can't just live with it because sometimes the escape key doesn't work and sometimes it does. And as for the mirror, no, we haven't rebuilt it because I'm waiting on the. So yes, Eangsburg, that's a good thing you're bringing up because I replaced it with the retooled black switch tops and it doesn't work. It's still, the switch still has binding problems with cherry profile keycaps. So retooled black tops unfortunately don't work. So right now I'm trying. So I tried cherry RGB tops and it's kind of weird. Like most of them work fine. And then I'm waiting on Odomu Sky tops, which is what DevNet sent me. And so hopefully those work fine. And yes, again, so Crippled says that during the unboxing, we ran into a similar problem, but because, you know, I tried to wiggle the tweezers a bit and then it lit up green, so I thought, oh, hey, it works now. Because that's how almost all PCBs are. I've never seen this problem before. And so I am hoping that Crippled can find the timestamp of where we showed that it was buggy at first when we first unboxed it. And then show the testing we did today. And then you can see that, yes, those, you know, that it wasn't a problem with the soldering. It already was a problem when we first unboxed it. We just couldn't confirm that it was a problem. Until now. Until I spent 2 hours doing this. So, and I said to desolder it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yep, so I guess that means we're gonna have to cut the stream short for tonight. That is unfortunate. Let's look for someone to raid who is live. Mr. Rologist is live, so we are gonna go there. You know me, I like Mr. Rologist a lot. I like watches, so we are gonna watch him. So I'm sending you guys there. Let me run the credits too. Give me 1 second. Let me plug this board in. Credits. What is chatter threshold in switch header settings? That's a good question. I wish I knew the answer to that right now. Let me see. Settings. Okay, so for mine is 8. Shachi, mine is set at 8. Which is, I believe, the default. Oh, you can actually change the color? I forgot that you could change the color of the pressed and depressed. I should probably change that. Change it to easier color instead of weird lavender color. Let's just change it to blue. Or I can change it to all kind of brownish green and brownish reds. So when Arctic Fox watches this, he's just gonna be so confused. He's like, wait, is there keychain or is there no keychain? Okay, so let's look for. Oh yes, 2 soldering cameras. Yeah, that's from a while back. Okay, so oh, I need to run the credits. That's right. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. I appreciate everyone for trying to help out, though. That was. I'm very grateful for that. So, thank you. It's process elimination, right? Let's roll the credits. Yeah, so hopefully we will hear back from Way soonish, and then we'll have to rebuild this. Damn shame. Such a damn shame indeed. Okay, so resubs, Alex, Striker, Visioner, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I know it's 15 months, 17 months, 17 months. And then let's do the raid. And then the follows, we're gonna wait for it to reroll. Mr. Urologist. Yeah, I know. That is real sad. Real sad. So new follows. Easy Baked Muffin. That's a nice name. And Astabeezy. So thank you everyone. And thank you for tuning in. Peace Little Letter, Red Hawk, Crippled, Beatlocks, Shutchi, P for Pho, Eamsbird, Cozy, Fanatuti, CLD SKT 14 by 71. If I missed anyone, please let me know. But thank you. I'll see you guys this Friday if there's a stream. It won't be a build stream, but should be an unboxing. But I'll see you guys. Thank you so much, everyone. So sad we couldn't get the board to work.